This is Microsoft. Here are your price targets for Tuesday. We ended the week at 506.69 to the north side, takes us to the middle of the trend and the baseline and one level of resistance, and that is roughly 510.05. Above that, at 2 standard deviations, 513.63, 515.40, and at 4 standard deviations, $517. Now to the south side takes us to one level of support at 506.51. That's a potential buy-in area as well as a potential stop loss area. Same as this spot, 504.74 and 502.94. Looking left, you can see we hit support and there was a bounce. All this right here, the bounce, sell off at resistance, bounce at support, and all this is resistance. Here's another clear sell signal, and that is your sell signal as well, support, buy-in. So we hit this line, and that is support, and then we bounced up, and then here we are. And my price label is off one candle there, one spot, 506.69. Now looking left, you can see here's another area, clear buy-in area. This is your sell area, and then all the way up in resistance, back down to support. It's been a while since I looked at Microsoft. And let's see here. $506.69 again is where we are, and that's right here. So on the daily, the window to the north side, 539.73, and to the south side, 470.03 for a pullback, and that would close out, I think, this gap, and I think that one's done. But we have other gaps to the south side. The 1 year price target is, oh my goodness, 624.51. That is incredible. I should sell covered calls on this and sell a couple contracts, but I don't trade that way. I sometimes wish I did, but I don't. So that's it on the daily, the RSI turning down, and on the weekly, falling from resistance, and on the monthly, also falling, so right on cue, and we're in the red. All right, that's Microsoft, and the next one I want to go over is MDB, Mongo, and I want to look at this because Trader Marat pointed this out. He says he hopes to see a pullback on this ticker and snow, and I just did a video on snow, so check that out. But we are at 315.61. Here are your price targets for Tuesday. Middle of the trend, resistance, 342.28, one level of resistance and a potential take profit area. And if we get so lucky to get to this level, 384.45, and I should just stop. But down the road, we could get to 406.60, and then after that, 427.69 to the south side. 299.84, 278.48, and 257.40. We have a gap, which is a great pullback area. Marat, if you see this video, this would be great. I mean, it could go lower, yes, but it would start right here. Let me change the color. And this spot right here. 216.03, and look at this basing and then the explosion to the upside. When you see this, typically it will run and give you a great gain, and that was on the 27th, it looks like, and that gap opened up. That was a 27% return. Incredible. But right now, if you bought down there and you're still holding on, you're up 48%. That's pretty incredible. Let's take a look at this on the daily and see what the TA tells you. That gap closed to the upside at 249.06. Remember, we went down and then it fills to the upside, and this one closed, that one closed. All right, on the daily, so we're at 315.61. And remember, on the 5-minute, that was the middle of the trend, but in this case, on the daily, this is resistance. So that's 350.04, and then let's move this out of the way. That takes us to that gap at 275.82. That's the daily RSI. Okay, it's overextended. We are going to see a pullback. That gap to the downside filled. This gap filled, as well as that one. The 1-year price target, did I do that already? I don't think so. 326.31. So there's not that much skin in the games for the 1-year price target. So if you could get it on a pullback and ride it up, that would be amazing. And then after that, that will take us to 425 according to 39 analysts on TradingView, and that's a 34% return. So that's excellent if you can stomach it and hold long term. So that's the daily. The RSI is telling me that we are going to crack soon. We're overbought, and then look at this on the weekly, overbought, here. Could go up a little higher, and then watch out. So Trader Murat, I think, is going to get his wish. So this is resistance, sell-off, buy-in. Didn't quite make it there. Plenty of trades in between. Remember, -2 and 2 standard deviations all day long. Let the calculations change it for you so it stays within that window. So on the weekly, overextended for the RSI, and on the monthly, we've got plenty of room to go to the upside. And on the monthly, look at that, we hit 591.16. That's crazy. So from here, starting at $32 to here is about a 1,732% return. Cha-ching. And I have never done technical analysis on this ticker. A long time ago, back in September of 2024, on the 24th of 2024, I just looked at this for price only. I purely just looked at it. It probably hit something at the bottom of my Vanguard Total Stock Market Index watch list, and I made a note of it. And that would have been a nice spot to buy in as well. Here for a run, and then sell off here, and then sell off. All right, that does it for me. That is a look at MDB and SoFi. Have a great trading week.